philosophy on filmmaking is basically this, which is you should visualize the best way in and out and capturing the movement of every single thing in your shot. My biggest annoyance is when people shoot over coverage because they don't know what the fuck they want.
Same, exactly. Never do that. Yeah, like you said, like you shoot for like 3 or 4 days, and then you cut for a couple days, and then you let it flow, and it might influence a new idea that you didn't think of before, and it might also help you avoid shooting a scene that you're not going to use.
I think if we approach the production and the limitations as if like we thought out every shot, to the point where you might go in and you knew that you were going to spend an entire day on a single shot, but that shot might be 3 or 4 minutes long and carry a movie, and it didn't need a huge amount of crew. Like, that's a great use of a day, because once you have it, I'd rather you have 3 shots that you really need than 10 shots that you're just doing to cover your ass.
And I also am of the school of thought that you want to have a very strict plan that you can abandon when you're shooting. Like, it's like you plan it very specifically, and when you have a specific plan, it gives you the room to improvise and come up with new ideas on the spot, because you still always have your plan that you can fall back on. But as opposed to showing them, going, well, what do we do? To me, like, movies are kind of like the closest thing to dreams, is like you're just kind of flowing through this story like fluidly, and I think by planning your shots that way, you can create that, and then the viewer just gets lost in it, and they're not just like watching shots back and forth.
Awesome. For me, my priority with this is less about making a movie that's going to make billions of dollars, but I'm far more process oriented with this. So if we actually executed something with a high level of craft for practically no money, that felt super clean, and where there were just minimal technical mistakes, but it didn't feel like a fucking mumblecore movie, that for me is a win.
Yeah, for sure. I'm right there with you.
Look, I would always love to have a story that completely blew my mind and was the most, like, oh, we could figure out how to do this Memento style, and it would all, come together in the end in some magical thing. But I think primarily my interest as sort of the CEO of We Make Movies is to figure out what is the process with which we can bring filmmakers in to execute stories at a high level, affordably, or push people into the craft of filmmaking and create this process that is going to turn out a high quality movie at the end. That's really what I'm interested in. So the project for me that's important is, okay, is it shootable and achievable, but not boring? So I want the degree of difficulty to be just high enough where it's worth doing, but not where everything feels impossible and is going to drive someone crazy.
Go to WeMakeMovies.org and become a member today.